Hey, first grade, happy Friday. This is your classroom lesson, and then you're going to do your exit ticket. And then I know some of us are having trouble going to do our digital lessons. Just give it a little more time. Our administration is reworking rosters to accommodate students that want to come back to school. So everything's up in the air right now, and Zearn has a hard time recognizing students without a teacher assigned. So just give us a little time. It's going to work out. This is grade 1, mission 1, lesson 20. Our objective today is I can apply the commutative property to count on from a larger addend. And we talked about the commutative property yesterday. And an addend is something you're adding. Our fluency exercise, we're going to count by tens, starting at 5. So here is 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, and 95. Now we're going to count from 5 to 95 the say 10 way. Starting at 5, then it's 1 10 5, 2 10s 5, 3 10s 5, 4 10s 5, 5 10s 5, 6 10s 5, 7 10s 5, 8 10s 5, and 9 10s 5. So now that you get a feel for what we're doing, let's try again. Here we are, starting at 5. We're going to count by tens. 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, and 95. Now we're going to do it the say 10 way. 5, 1 10 5, 2 10s 5, 3 10s 5, 4 10s 5, 5 10s 5, 6 10s 5, 7 10s 5, 8 10s 5, and 9 10s 5. Now it is time for our word problem. We're going to read, draw, write. We're going to find our numbers, keywords, and units. Laura had 5 fish. Her mother gave her 1 more. Laura's brother Frank had 1 fish. Their mother gave Frank 5 more. Laura cried, "That's not fair. He has more fish than I do." Use number bonds and a number sentence with words that would help Laura understand. Okay, we've got to settle a little fight here. Here are our numbers. We've highlighted them in red. We have our keywords more in blue, and then we have highlighted our units, which is fish. Okay, so when we're comparing two people, we need to draw a line to divide our boards into two sides or our piece of paper. I've put an L to stand for Laura and an F to stand for Frank. And we're going to compare to see, is it fair, the amounts of fish they each have. So we're going to start with Laura. Laura had 5 fish. We're going to show that as a part. Her mother gave her 1 more. And that's the other part. So what is Laura's total? She has a total of 6 fish. Now we're going to look at Frank. Frank had 1 fish. That's one part. Then their mother gave Frank 5 more, and that's his other part. So what is Frank's total? His total is 6. So now we can look and compare how many fish each child has. We can show the number sentence for Laura. 5 plus 1 equals 6. And we can show the number sentence for Frank. 1 plus 5 equals 6. So now we're supposed to help Laura understand why this is fair. Laura, you started with 5 fish and ended up with a total of 6. Frank started with 1 fish and ended up with a total of 6. So they started with different numbers and they were given different numbers of fish by their mother. But in the end, they ended up with 6 each. So Laura, this is completely fair. Brain break. Three, two, and 1. Now we're ready for our concept development. Does everyone agree that these are the same? Does 1 plus 7 mean the same as 7 plus 1? Okay, we all agree. If I wanted to count on to solve this, which would be faster, starting with the 1 or 7? Let's try counting on with both to decide together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, now let's count on for the second problem. 7, 8. Which one do you think was easier? Probably when the 7 was first, right? Because we only had to count on one more. Does everyone agree that these are the same? 3 plus 5 and 5 plus 3? Right. If I wanted to count on to solve this, which would be faster, starting with the 3 or the 5? Let's try counting on with both to decide together. Let's count on for the first problem. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now let's count on for the second problem. 5, 6, 7, 8. Which one was easier? It was easier when the 5 was first because we only had to count on 3 more. Which way was faster to count on? 5 plus 3. Why? When you start with a bigger number, you don't have to count on as much. When does switching the order to count on from the larger number help you the most? What if that first add-in is really, really big and the second add-in is very small? It would help to count on from the larger number because if you were to switch them, you would be counting on for a long time to get that total. So you want your bigger number first and your smaller number second. If I gave you a really challenging expression like 1 plus 51, how could you use what you learned today to make it easier to solve? You could choose to put the 51 first and count on one more. 51, 52, and you have your total. Did we finish the objective today? I can apply the commutative property to count on from a larger addend. Yes, we chose the larger addend as the way to go. It's easier to count on that way. Woohoo! You were awesome today. Go knock out your exit ticket.